Yo, Bo, welcome to another episode of MightyFan in the Life Iced. And so, why is it that I'm wearing baseball attire for an episode rather of in the Life Iced when we're talking, hockey? Well, it's because this year's Winter Classic is going to be held on the north side in Chicago at Wrigley Field. So I figured, hey, it's an opportunity to wear some baseball, and obviously it's the home of the Chicago Cubs, which for at least that one day will be the home of the Chicago Blackhawks and the visiting St. Louis Blues. I'm looking forward to the game. I've been interested in this game ever since it first came out many years ago when the Penguins beat the Buffalo Sabres, I believe in a shootout, if I'm not mistaken. Those many years ago in Buffalo. I've always liked the outdoor game. I always thought it was a cool concept. Some people think there's too many outdoor games now. I don't think there's enough. I'd love to see more. I mean, I know it's a whole production. You have to worry about the weather, whatever. But it's really cool to see it. I've never been to an outdoor game, but I think they always look really nice on TV. And it's nice that, it's nice to be out in the elements. Obviously, for people who actually played hockey or play hockey, it kind of takes them back to their youth, being on those ponds or lakes or what have you, being outdoors in the elements and then playing the game. And it's cool to see the players, out there on the annual games that they do have the outdoor games, whether it's the Heritage Classic in Canada, whether it's the Winter Classic or the Stadium Series here in the States. It's always a cool thing to see. I think it would be great if they added a few more games, maybe even one year do an all-star game outdoors. I think that would be, really awesome too. But at any rate, sometimes the jerseys are hit or miss at these games. And the key word in all of this, when you talk about the Winter Classic, to me, is classic. I've seen some teams wear jerseys that look like classic uniforms. My Flyers have done it. I remember the Wild did it years ago, the Stars. You've had some teams out there that wear these, like, nice. The Red Wings did it. Just classic looking. The Maple Leafs, classic looking jerseys. The Bruins. I mean, the list goes on and on. The Penguins, the Sabres. A lot of teams have done it. The Blackhawks have been in quite a few outdoor games. Now, obviously, some years ago, they were a dynasty team. So, obviously, they had, a lot of cachet, right? They had players, household name players. So, they got to play in a lot of outdoor games. And I believe one of those years they did play at Wrigley. And now they're back for a second time. If I'm not mistaken, the old noggin isn't what it used to be. But I was really stoked when I first saw the Blackhawk jersey. And now since we've seen the St. Louis one as well. I was a little disappointed in St. Louis. I think they could have done a little more with the design element on the front of the sweater. They just kind of went with the bar across with the St. Louis word mark. Again, maybe it's something that in time, maybe I'll appreciate a little more. But I think it would have been great if they could have brought like a classic looking uniform like the Blackhawks did. A little more of a classic looking uniform, I should say, with like the blue note on the front or something like that, or blues across with the note. I think it would have looked pretty cool, but it is what it is. When these became available, I knew I wanted the Blackhawk one because I liked the way it looked when I first saw it, when they first kind of, showed it a little bit back. And I just thought it was just a cool looking classic uniform. Of course, the Blackhawks have always had nice looking uniforms. And it's another chance to get another, Bedard jersey in the collection too. So, why not, right? So I ordered it from NHL Shop as soon as it became available. And here it is. So this is the Winter Classic 2024 Winter Classic, because unlike most other years, this year's Winter Classic will not be played on New Year's Day, and I believe it's because of college football playoffs or something like that are going to be going on that day, and they didn't want to compete against that. So I believe they're playing the game late in December, if I'm not mistaken. And I don't know if the date is on this jersey or not. Sometimes they used to have, I remember in the old Reebok days, they would have the date of the game on the jersey. But, we'll see. Already, this is a heater already, just for what's on the inside. It looks pretty cool. This is also my first, I guess, if you want to call it, the new Fanatics premium jersey, which is a step up from the breakaway jersey. So this has more of like that kind of authentic feel to it. It's not the highest price one, which is just crazy pricing, but it's that next tier. It's a tier up from the Breakaway, not as far up as the authentic line, but it's basically what Adidas was giving us, you know, the past few years. So here it is. First we got the wonderful tissue paper. Always. Always the tissue paper. And let's take a look-see here. Oh, this is really nice. Gotta love that chain stitching. I'm going to go into the details of this jersey a little more in my next segment for this video, but let's take a look. Definitely a nice jersey. So this is the first time I've actually seen or felt the Fanatics premium jersey. It's got some weight to it. It definitely has some weight to it. The material is pretty nice overall. It does not have the dimples. You know, the Adidas dimples. Those are gone from the shoulders, as we knew. But overall, it's a solid jersey. It really is. So let's take a look. Let's get this on a hanger. And we'll get to the details of this jersey. Well, it is definitely a striking jersey. It really is. So you got the front right here with the little kind of drawstring deal on the inside, NHL shield right there on the front collar. Then you got the Blackhawks circular logo, crest logo there on the front. And that goes back to what they wore many years ago. They had a similar crest like this, and they would wear the jersey like as an alternate black jersey or whatever over the years in more recent, from the Reebok era on. So there's a look at the front with the stripes going across the front, which is a nice little deal too. You also have on the inside neck, you got that Chicago Blackhawks with the 4 stars from the Chicago flag, the city flag on the inside. And there you see the particulars for the Fanatics Premium. So it's pressed onto the material of the back of the neck area for the jersey. You got the white and black collar as well, the striped collar right there. Then we'll hit the sleeves, which are very decorated. First of all, you have the 98 for Bedard, his number, and you got the Chicago C with the tomahawks there for the patch for the logo on the sleeve, and that goes back to the old Blackhawk jerseys as well, from like the Bobby Hull days and Stan Mikita and company. It's also chain stitched, which is very nice. Of course, the shoulder patches for their regular sets are chain stitched, so they did the same for the logo on the sleeve. It's got the stripes going down as well. There you see the red to the cuff of the sleeve. I'm going to turn this around. I thought I saw something on the inside. I just want to make sure. So of course there's still something that stayed from the Adidas years. They kept the fight strap. It also has one of the Chicago Stars logo right there on the bottom. And also kind of new this season, at least that I can remember, is now they have NHL Winter Classic on the inside bottom hem of the jersey, which is different. I don't know why they decided to do it like that, but it is what it is. It's an extra, I guess, if you want to call it that. Other sleeve is the same deal as I just showed you. And then we're going to turn this around. There's a couple details on here I'd like to point out. First of all, you have the Winter Classic at Wrigley Field. It does not have the year on it, though. But it does have, like, the Wrigley Field elements. You have the bricks. You have the ivy, which is, of course, synonymous with Wrigley Field. Right there. There's the NHL shield as well. And it does not have a sponsor tag on here. In the past, you had the, Bridgestone or whoever was the sponsor. It would put that on the patch. This year, they did not do that. So it does not have an ad sponsor on there with the logo, which is pretty cool, too. The only thing is I do wish they had the year, but it is what it is. Winter Classic, Wrigley Field, Just making sure I didn't, there's like no year on there, and I said, hey, it would have been nice if there's a year, and there's a year that I'm just not seeing. But no, Fanatics logo onto the back of the neck. You have Bedard single stitched onto a nameplate. And also the 98 on the back has kind of a felt material. So that's like an old school classic like material to the numbers. And if you can see that, and I think I'll get a better look at this a little later, it's got the pinstripes inside the numbers, and that's to coincide with the Cubs for the home jersey. So that's pretty cool. Nice little touch there. A little ode to the Cubs as well, since they're in their home building. So yeah, the 2020, I believe it is going to be at the end of the year, so I'm going to say the 2024 NHL Winter Classic, the home city right there, the home, the team that will be hosting it, the Chicago Cubs. Stadium, of course, Wrigley Field, but the Chicago Blackhawks will be the home team in that game, playing the St. Louis Blues. Looking forward to it again, and again, here's the jersey in hand, the premium. I keep wanting to say premiere. This is a premiere. In fact, I think my channel is one of the first to show this jersey and to do a little detailed review for it. So there you go. See, Ugly Thirds, Jersey Jaguar, Jersey Head University. I know you all wanted to. MightyFan got the first one, though. Those guys are going to beat me in a lot of things with hockey, but this time MightyFan went first. Okay, as long as I can get this video posted before they... Jake, there's another one. Jake beats me to so many hockey jerseys. It's like Jake will review hockey jerseys and I'm like, kind of wish I got on that one a little sooner. Jake, I think I got you, buddy. I think I got you. If it was a Minnesota Wild jersey, he would have gotten this like the day of and done the review. So shout out to Jake. Anyhow, that is that. We're going to get into the particulars again. Up close and personal look at the jersey right now. But what do you always got to do, right? Leave those likes. Leave the likes. Make sure you subscribe. I'm still looking to get up to 2K subs by the end of the year, December 31st, 2024. So you all can make that possible if you keep hitting that sub button, and I appreciate very much. Keep doing so, and make sure you hit the bell icon to be alerted to all future content from yours truly. I will have plenty more. We're going to still get back into the Season of the Fan series for my Eagles. We're going to get into more pickups. I mean, look, Black Friday is less than a week away, too, so you know there's going to be stuff, right? So you want to make sure, if you don't want to miss any of it, and I would appreciate it if you don't, make sure to hit the bell icon so you're notified to all future content from yours truly, including this series, right? The MightyFan in Life Iced series, which I'm having a lot of fun with. I hope you're all enjoying this, too. All right, everyone, let's get to the close-up looks of this jersey, and then that will do it. So thanks for tuning in. Let's get the close-ups, and then on to the next. Okay, so here's some up and close-ups here of the jersey. Again, this is the 24 Winter Classic Connor Bedard Chicago Blackhawks jersey. Very nice. This is Fanatics, also their first foray into the outdoor games. So in this case, of course, the Winter Classic. We're also going to have the Stadium Series with the Red Wings and the Blue Jackets in the Big House a little later on next year. So we'll see what jerseys they do for those teams. But here's the Blackhawks, and very classic looking jersey, right? Very nice. You got also the chain stitching going on for the feathers, which is very cool. Very, what the Blackhawks have always done, and they continue to do it here for the Winter Classic. You have Blackhawks, Chicago across on the circle logo as well, with the stars for the Chicago flag again, right there on the front. Very cool, nice little concept there for the Blackhawks. They always seem to do a really nice job with all their like outdoor game jerseys or whatever, alternate jerseys or whatever jerseys they do. They're probably one of the better teams in the league that do it whenever they have an opportunity to show off a bit. You have the striping going across the front as well, and the striping continues onto the sleeves with the chain stitching for the, as you can see, with the Tomahawks and C logo, which is normally on the shoulder of the Blackhawk jerseys, but The old Blackhawk jerseys, they did have it on the sleeve, and they continued that with this jersey, which is a nod to their older jerseys from, you know, a time gone by. The 98s, this is also kind of a felt material too. Every now and then you'll see this type of material on these jerseys for the outdoor games. Not always, but I always think it's cool when teams do it. I think it gives it that classic look and feel as well. So that's very cool. Gonna hit you again a little bit of the drawstring action there. You got the NHL shield. The inside, there's the inside look at the Fanatics Premium jersey. And Chicago Blackhawks on the back neck, again with the 4 stars from the Chicago flag. Right there, the city flag. I will turn this bad boy around, and we will see the Winter Classic logo for Wrigley Field. Very cool. And again, you note there's no ad sponsor anymore on the logo, which is nice. But a very nice logo. And then you got the Fanatics logo, which a lot of people don't like on the back, but I mean, whatever. I think it's okay. I can live with it. The Bedard single stitched onto the nameplate, and there's the back numbers. Again, the felt material. And you have the pinstripes in an ode to the the Cubs home jerseys, which they do have the pinstripes as well. So very cool little touch there that the Blackhawks were doing for the Cubbies. And then you do have the Chicago, again, the star logo there for the city flag, and then again on the back, NHL Winter Classic. I don't know why it's hidden, but it is what it is. It's an Easter egg on this jersey. You do have some vents as well. I don't believe there's as much venting on the Fanatics jersey as there was on the Adidas. I could be wrong about that, but again, first blush, I think Adidas may have done a little more venting, but I could be wrong. You just never know. But you notice there is no dimples on the shoulders as Adidas jerseys had. So obviously that is one difference from the Adidas years to the now Fanatics years, I guess, if you want to call it that. Very nice jersey, though. And again, this is one of the Fanatics' first attempts at an outdoor game jersey or a special jersey of any kind for the NHL. I think they hit it out of the park. I really like it. I'm not a huge fan of what St. Louis did. I think there were aspects of that jersey that I liked. I like the font. I like the numbers on the sleeves. I just don't like that stripe across the middle with the St. Louis word mark. I just think they could have done much more, you know, with that. But it is what it is. To each his own, right? Anyhow, thanks you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, everyone. And also, I want to say an early happy Thanksgiving to all out there. And thanks for your continued support to the channel. You all have a wonderful one with family and friends.